What happens when Porsche decides an electric SUV should outrun half the supercars on Earth? You get this. The new Cayenne Turbo Electric, 1,140 brake horsepower, 0 to 62 in 2.5 seconds, and enough attitude to make a 911 Turbo S question its life choices. But does the world actually need an SUV with this level of force? Or has Porsche built it simply because it can? That is what we are about to uncover, and trust me, this thing hides surprises in every panel. Before we jump in, hit like for the next Gear channel so we keep bringing you the fastest, strangest, and most outrageous machines ever made. Here is the twist. Some people think Porsche is stepping away from electric. Not even close. Instead, Porsche is stretching the lifespan of its combustion engines while expanding choices. So, the current Cayenne stays alive with V6, V8, and plug-in hybrids. The next Cayman and Boxster will offer both engines and electric. Even the huge flagship SUV above this one will launch with petrol and e-hybrid first. Porsche is not abandoning electric. It is sharpening its strategy. And right in the middle of that strategy stands this: a Cayenne that runs purely on electrons. The top version is called Turbo, though nothing here actually has a turbocharger, and Porsche knows it. The number is wild. 1,140 brake horsepower. That is not even the full story, and we will get to that twist soon. At the bottom end of the range sits a base version with a far calmer 400 horsepower. That one feels sane. This one feels like it could bend time. Visually, it is unmistakably a Cayenne, but with a new personality. Longer, lower, smoother through the air. From the front, the lines are sharper and more horizontal. The headlights now sit inside a single clean housing. Below, the air curtains slice into the corners, giving the whole face a quiet menace. Down the side, black arch surrounds add muscle, and the aerodynamic wheels come in styles like these 22s that look almost too perfect to risk on a curb. The side skirts push outward with a sculpted 3D effect that makes the SUV look coiled and ready. And when you stand next to it, the roofline feels surprisingly low, almost like Porsche intentionally shrunk the silhouette to hint at speed. The rear is all about width. A glowing Porsche badge stretches across a full light bar. And yes, it animates, because even Porsche enjoys a touch of showmanship. But the magic is not only visual. This Cayenne is an active creature. Movable aero flaps in the nose regulate cooling just like the 911 Turbo S. There is a roof spoiler that changes shape. And the turbo models get active aero blades at the back that extend to refine airflow and squeeze out more range. Porsche has turned aerodynamics into a living system. Powering all of this motion is a 113 kilowatt-hour battery capable of up to 398 miles on the WLTP cycle. But here is the part engineers will love. It is cooled from the top and bottom, feeding heat directly out of the pack. The 800-volt architecture means this SUV is a charging monster. Find a big enough charger and it will swallow electricity at 400 kilowatts. 10 to 80% takes 16 minutes. Park for 10 minutes and you gain 186 miles. The charging network may not offer 400 kilowatts everywhere, but the Cayenne is ready for the day it does. Wireless charging will also be available. Park over an induction pad and the car simply begins refilling its battery. No cables, no effort. And yes, Porsche promises your cat will not be toasted if it strolls underneath. The system disables itself instantly when anything alive is nearby. Suspension technology is where things get interesting. Twin-valve dampers with dual-chamber air springs come as standard. Or you can step up to Porsche Active Ride. The pump that controls it sits low in the car and pushes fluid into each damper independently. That means pitch, roll, body movements, all of it becomes adjustable on demand. The system even has a mode informally known as helicopter mode, accelerate in comfort mode. And instead of the rear squatting, the car lifts and stays flat. Some people, that motion helps prevent motion sickness. For others, the opposite. But the capability is astonishing. It can also tow 3,500 kilograms when equipped with the off-road pack, which is absurd for an EV of this kind. Rear-wheel steering sharpens agility, giving up to 5 degrees of motion. The result is a large SUV that maneuvers like a hatchback in tight spaces. Under the floor sit 2 powerful motors controlled through Porsche traction management. Racetrack, daily road, dirt trail. The system is ready. The brakes are carbon ceramic, and they are needed because this thing weighs between 2.5 and 2.7 tons. Yet, brake regen is so powerful it can pull back 600 kilowatts. That means you rarely touch the actual brake pads for normal driving. The lineup will likely include a base, an S, and this turbo. 400 horsepower, around 600, and then this monster, over 1,100 pounds-feet of torque. It is the most powerful Porsche ever made, even beating the Taycan Turbo GT. 0 to 62 takes 2.5 seconds. Top speed is 161 miles an hour. In an SUV, should this much power exist? Should Porsche have focused instead on even more range? These are questions that feel irrelevant when you press the accelerator and physics appears to glitch. Yet you do not get all the power all the time. By default, the turbo gives you 845 horsepower. Then there is a push-to-pass button that unleashes an additional 173 horsepower for 10 seconds. And launch control delivers the full 1,140 in one violent burst. Day to day, the 845 is the street tune. The rest is held back unless you specifically ask the car to show its darker side. Inside, Porsche has reinvented the Cayenne. A sweeping curved display dominates the cabin with a live 3D model of the car that lets you adjust settings through direct touch. Below that sits a curved widget bar that controls essential functions. Height adjustment, suspension, climate, everything responds instantly and visually. The passenger screen can display a movie without the driver ever seeing it. Change drive modes, and the graphics travel across all the displays in a single animated sweep. Multiple interior themes transform the cabin. Blue for calm, red for dynamic, pink for full nightclub energy. The screens synchronize and shift together. The driver gets a curved old display and a massive head-up display that projects navigation onto the actual road ahead. It feels like a driving simulator, except it is real. The center area slides open to reveal wireless charging pads and deep cup holders. A raised element called the ferry pad lets you rest your hand while touching physical controls, so bumps do not cause accidental button presses. There is an AI assistant that responds naturally to voice. There is an option for an animal-free interior. The panoramic roof can go opaque, semi-opaque, patterned, or fully clear. Touch a button and the light changes like magic. Even the artificial sound changes with drive modes. Sport, Sport Plus, each version deeper and more aggressive. Panel heating warms the armrests and door panels so your forearms stay comfortable. Entry lighting welcomes you with animated signals and charging information. Rear passengers get more space, more legroom, and heated electric seats. The boot is huge at 781 liters, and because this is electric, there is a 90-liter frunk for extra storage. Pricing starts at £83,200 for the base electric Cayenne and $130,900 for the turbo. The electric S is likely to be the sweet spot for buyers. But this turbo proves something important. Porsche did not just build an electric SUV. Porsche built a rolling experiment in everything it knows about speed, control, comfort, and technology. And the result feels like a supercar disguised as a family car. If this is Porsche's future, then the future is going to be loud, even without an engine. Hit like for the next Gear channel if you want more insane machines like this, and let me know. If you owned this Cayenne Turbo Eve, would you use push to pass every day or save it for special moments?